Hi guys, good morning. Hope you're having a great day so far. We're going to go ahead and do another calendar lesson together. So if you want to go grab a notebook or paper or pencil, something to write on and work with, go ahead now, pause me, come back. If you don't, you just want to kind of watch me work out our problems, no problem. So if you're going, go ahead, get something to write with, come right back. But let's go ahead and get started. We always start with our months of the year, so let's sing those together. Ready? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. Boom, boom. Okay, so if we look at our calendar, and I'm going to try to talk a little bit louder today. I know last time I was a little quiet. Here's our calendar. Our month is April. The date, if we find today, here's where we have yesterday, today, tomorrow. So if we find today, today is April 23rd. And the year is 2020. So today is April 23rd, 2020. I'm going to go ahead and write that here for our date. If you want to write that along with me in your journal. Remember, April begins with an uppercase A, capital A. It's the beginning letter of a month. So April is our month. The date, the number is 23. And the year is 2020 or 2020. Okay, so there we have our date. Today is April 23rd, 2020. All right, let's do our days of the week. Ready? Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. Okay, good. So if we look for today, remember to find today's date, 23rd, and go straight up, we get to a word that starts with TH. Now, I know that Tuesday starts with a T and Thursday starts with a T, but if this is the word that has TH, it has to be Thursday. Very good. So today is Thursday. If today is Thursday, let's go back a day to yesterday. So here's yesterday. Hop back to yesterday. We go up, 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 up. I see a W. What day is that? Yesterday was Wednesday. Very good. So yesterday was Wednesday. Today is Thursday. Let's find out what tomorrow, one day ahead, will be. Again, here's number 23. Jump forward to number 24. Go forward one day. That takes us to tomorrow. And if we go up, 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 I see an F. Friday. Very good. So tomorrow will be Friday. All right, let's read all three dates as well as our season. We ready? Yesterday was Wednesday. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow will be Friday. And the season is spring. Very good. All right, we'll start with our problem of the day. Now that we're done looking at our calendar, I can move this a little bit closer. So it's just a bit easier to see the problem of the day. Okay, so here we have our problem of the day. Today, the problem is 6 plus blank equals 9. So 6 plus what equals 9? So if you're going to go ahead and solve this with me, go ahead and pause, solve it out, and see if you can match the same answer as me, and then come back. And if you're not going to solve it out and you want to watch me go ahead. If you don't have paper and pencil in front of you, let's see, can you figure it out in your head? How can you use your head to figure this out? So we know we have 6, and we know we're going to end up at 9. So we need to figure out how many more go with 6 to make 9. There's a couple ways to solve this. You could put 6 in your head and then count on until you get to 9. So we could say 6, 7, 8, 9. That took us 3 more. You could put 9 in your head and count backwards until you get to 6, because you know part of 9 is 6, so how many more, right? Or how many fewer? So let's put 9 in our heads, and then we're going to count back. So 9, 8, 7, 6. So that again gives us 3. And then if you like, you can draw a picture. So you can start with 6. So there's my 6, and I need to get to 9. So now I'm going to count on. So I have 7, 8, 9. That was 3. Or you can draw 9 dots, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and take away. You know you have 6. So if you take those away, then the missing number will be how many you have left. So if I cross out 6, again, I have 3 left. So each time I'm getting 3 for my answer. 6 plus 3 equals 9. Okay, so there's lots of ways you can solve to get to that answer. Okay, let's look at our pattern of the day. Well, we have a bunch of dots, so we need to count the dots to figure out if they're growing or repeating, if this is a growing pattern or a repeating pattern. So first we have 1, and then I have 3, then I see 5. So nothing's repeating. I know this is a growing pattern because nothing is repeating, but I need to figure out how did I get each step, because this is not as easy as the last pattern we did together. 1, 2, 3. That was just like counting, but this is not how we normally count. 1, 3, 5. So we need to kind of figure out how our numbers are growing. So if you want to solve this with me, go ahead and write this in your notebook. Solve it, come back, okay? If you're going to solve it with me now, let's see if we can figure this out. So we started with 1, and then we get to 3. Let's see, here's 1, so they're equal here, but then it has 2 more dots, 1, 2, so it seems like we added 2, or we said plus 2 to get from 1 to 3. Okay, so now we have 3, and we need to figure out how we got to 5. So let's see, here's 3, this has 2 more 2. There's 2 more dots in the number 5. So to get from 3 to 5, it looks like I added 2. So both times I've added 2 more dots. So that is how our pattern is growing. So now we need to go from 5, and we're going to add 2. So there's a couple ways to figure out that number. You can count in your head 5. You can do 5 plus 2, right? You can use your fingers to do that many. You can count in your head 5, 6, 7 to get 2 more. Or you could just draw your 5 dots. You know you're still going to have those. And then draw 2 more. And let's count how many you have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So your missing number of dots was 7. Okay? Good job. All right, next we have time. And I know this is what you guys have been working on at home this week. So I'm going to get my clock, show you what time it says, and let's see if we can figure it out. So here's my clock. What time is it? We've been watching a lot of Bubble Guppies. I don't know if you guys ever watched that show. There's a song. What time is it? It's time for lunch. What time is it? Now that's in my head. But anyway, okay, so here's our clock. Remember, we have our short hour hand and our long minute hand. So the hour hand is pointing to the 6. The minute hand is pointing to the 12. If you figured out what time it is, go ahead and write that in your notebook. Write that down. If you're solving along with me, let's figure it out. So our hour hand is pointing to the 6. So I know my hours is going to be 6. So the first number I'm going to write is 6. I always draw my 2 dots. Now my long minute hand is pointing to the 12. When the minute hand is on the 12, who remembers? Do you remember what we say? 6, 12? Or do we say 6 o'clock? So the time on here is 6 o'clock. And to write that, to show o'clock, 2 zeros for the minutes. So the time is 6 o'clock. Good. All right, the last thing that we're going to do today is look at our money. So let's just look at all of our coins and review. Okay. Let's review our coins. I need to take a step back. There we go. So first we have the biggest, and it's worth the most money. This is the quarter. On heads, you see George Washington. Tails is the bald eagle. The quarter is worth 25 cents. Next, we have a dime. Remember, on heads is Franklin Roosevelt. And on tails, we see a torch and 2 branches. The dime is 10 cents. So when we count dimes, we count them by tens. Sorry. Next, we have the nickel. I still haven't fixed that. I gotta fix that. The nickel, the heads, shows Thomas Jefferson. And the tails is his house where he lived in Virginia, Monticello. The nickel is worth 5 cents. So when we count nickels, we count them by 5s. And last but not least, we have the only brown guy. We have our brown little penny. So on the heads, it's Abraham Lincoln. On the tails is the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. Remember, too, it says 1 cent on the back. That's our clue. The penny is worth 1 cent. So when we count them, we count by ones. Our clue, remember, on the dime is that it says 1 dime. So that tells you. On the nickel right here, it says 5 cents. So if you're looking at the tail side, the back side, all 3 of those have a hint. And then the quarter, too, says $quarter. So that tells you a quarter, too, on the back. So there's always a little hint on the tail side. Okay, so that's our money. So let's look in our bank for today and see what we've got. See that? There we go. Oops. All right, so today we have 2 coins. What coins do you see? Yep, I see nickels and I see pennies. So when we count our nickels, we're going to count them by 5s. And when we count our pennies, we're going to count them by 1s. So we'll count our nickels first, and then we'll count. It's easier to count our pennies after we're finished with our nickels. So let's start with our nickels. Let's count by 5s together. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53. So today, for our money, we have 53 cents. Don't forget that cent symbol, because 53 cents is a whole lot different than $53, so we don't want to get that confused. Okay? Alright guys, well I hope you were solving along with me and working through this with me. I'll be back with another calendar soon with some more Junie B tomorrow. And I hope you guys have a great day. Be good. Do your best. And I'll see you later. Miss you. See you soon. Bye.